There's a very clear game plan suggested by the Patagonia Tri-Stringer. Yes, it's officially the Inkline Tri-Stringer, but also, you know I'm right. Sprinkler is a sub-weapon where I'm not sure there's a single weapon in the entire game that wants this more than any other option, but it blocks shots and puts a significant amount of paint on the ground and can help you move through an area in a scuffed sort of way. It might occasionally do any damage at all. Super Chumps are a special where I'm not sure there's a single weapon in the entire game that wants this more than any other option, but it blocks shots and puts a significant amount of paint on the ground and can help you move through an area in a scuffed sort of way. They might occasionally do any damage at all. Patagonia Tri-Stringer is going to break records for most projectiles active on the map at any one point in time. It's going to pick an area of the map, launch chumps, throw a sprinkler in the middle, fire a bunch of shots for extra chip, and be like, hey, see that spot right there? The floor isn't exactly lava, but it's definitely Legos. And none of the nice round ones either, all of them square so you have the best chance on stepping on a pointy bit. Then, unlike something like the NZAP-89, if you try to leave the Lego pit, it's going to shoot you, because it actually has the range to do that. And if you decide to stay in the Lego pit, you're going to get rushed by its teammates, and it's going to shoot you because it still has the range to do that. And its damage will combo with the Lego damage. That might actually splat someone. This is, of course, the best case scenario for the Stringer player. There are a lot of questions here still. Will players be able to just step out of that area, shoot half the chumps, and then walk forward again without any more significant a threat than they've already faced from the current chump weapons? Can the extra harassment from the Stringer lock someone into the chumps effectively? More importantly, how does this Stringer protect itself? Something like a heavy splatling gets a modest amount of help from being able to put a sprinkler at its feet and use the time the extra cover buys to charge and try to do lethal damage with a partial charge. Stringer is pretty unlikely to be able to reliably deal lethal damage in the small amount of time that the sprinkler is going to buy it. Sprinkler may help with the Stringer getting special charged faster, but its paint at distance is still really weak. Sure, directly in front of it, it has a pretty solid painting pattern, but painting that way takes it away from the firing mode it's going to be using most of the time and doesn't hit an area that's going to be contested at the range that the Stringer is going to want to keep from a contested area. The Stringer's kit really wants teammates with significant AoE damage to help follow up on players who have been hobbled by Lego stepping. And if it doesn't get aggressive frontline weapons that can do that, a lot of the benefit of its special will be pretty reliably wasted. A ballpoint, in contrast, is almost as strong at fighting up close as it is from far away, and gets a special that actually does lethal damage pretty reliably that still accomplishes enough area denial to enable its team to be able to push in. There's definitely an argument that the Patagonia has a game plan that it can work, but I'm a lot less convinced right now before it launches that it will work better than other options that are already in the game. As a general rule, the more things have to go right just for a weapon to function, the more ways there are for something to go wrong, and the less reliable a weapon is. I think a true test of how effective a strategy isn't the time that it works exceptionally well, but how it performs when the opposing team has a counter strategy, how it performs when you're on your B game, how it performs when something goes wrong. Because, and this is FLC's golden rule of Splatoon, in any game of Splatoon, everything is constantly going wrong. A ballpoint can scramble when it gets rushed. Its special can get value solo when the rest of the team doesn't follow up. It can sit back and hold its ground on defense. And when things don't quite go exactly the Stringer's way, it loses control, it doesn't have its other chip damage weapons around to confirm splats for it, I don't know how well it's going to hold up. Still, this is a new weapon class in a role I don't play. I've been all over the place in my assessment to the first Tri-Stringer kit as the community learned and I learned more about it. I think it's clearer now what this new kit wants to do. I certainly don't have the data to know for sure how well it's going to do it, or how effective that idea is to begin with. We'll have to wait until after we get our hands on it on the first to know for sure.